Hi everyone, it's great to be here. It's actually a very big pleasure for me to be speaking to you guys. As an inventor and entrepreneur, I know how hard it is to start a business, to have an idea, even if it sounds really crazy, and be able to put that into action and to see your products, in a few years all over the world and in some shops. So I'm going to start a little bit telling my story, how I got here. I was born in a very small town in Brazil, and we had no internet until I was around 12, 13 years old. And I was so sad that we didn't have internet, that I had to connect through São Paulo. That one of my first businesses, one of the first things that I did was to bring internet to my hometown. I was 13 years old and I co-founded that company. And when I had access to internet and I was able to speak to people all over the world, it really changed how I wanted to grow and how I wanted to be a part of this universe. So I started learning English. That was the first thing that I knew that would change my life, that would make me be able to communicate across the world. And then I started to work in product development. When I was like 17 years old, I joined this company that would develop products in China. And I loved it so much. I saw that China was really becoming the factory of the world. And I thought that I had to be a part of it. I had to understand how products were made, how I could take a product from my idea and make it become true. So when I was 20 years old, I went to China and I moved there. I didn't speak the language. I didn't know anything much about China, but I moved there and I decided to open my own business. And I found my partner, Ivan Zorn, which is over there. And we met in China and we started to think, which products could we bring into the world? And we did over 1,000 different products along our initial path. And we started with lighting and tools. We did very well. We did cleaning products. And it was always like thinking of what the consumer would need. How could we make a product that could suit the market? And especially when you think about Brazil market, is a market that is very different from the Chinese market. So having to look into products and understand what did we have to change it, or how did we have to make it in a way that would suit our market, it was a big challenge. And we had everything against us, like most inventors. Starting a company is really not easy. And we had like $3,000. That was all that we had. So we started developing these products. And then a big toy company in Brazil came to us and said, why don't you make a toy for us? Why don't we work together into developing products in China? So at first, they started giving us like these drawings and things so that we could manufacture the products. And then we started thinking, well, we can suggest some ideas. We can, start feeding them with some of our thoughts and see what happens. And they liked it. So we started with one product, and then all of a sudden we had over 70 products that we were developing. And that was really nice, but at that point we were really making products for other people, for other brands. And we wanted, and still these were not the products that we wanted. It was not the products that we thought that consumers, that consumers would see us and think, wow, that's cool, that's the product, that's the toy that I want to give it to my son. And then this little fellow come along. So we thought about how to bring really technology into a product, into a toy. Because technology is available everywhere. People are playing with technology all the time. And we couldn't, the toy industry was very, very far behind. And we're talking, this was in 2009. So we found an engineer that had recently left Lucent Technologies, and he was developing this voice command technology. And then we we decided to apply it into a toy. And we gave birth to Spark Dog.
See ya. I was hoping to get the band back together.
So we did.
What did you say?
Well, who are you?
I'm the newest member of your band. I can't wait to start rocking with you.
See, so we did a rock dog. Who would you think about making a rock dog, you know? And it became so popular that we sold, okay, let me go back to my presentation here, you'll be able to see better. So when we launched Spark Dogs, we were able to sell over 700,000 pieces in over 20 countries. So who would think that a talking dog that speaks, you know, that sings and tell jokes could make such a success? And then we understood that what was behind the product, what was behind the success, was that we were able to give emotion to a physical product. We were able to make a product pass emotions. And then we realized that, yes, consumers are looking for experience. They're looking for emotions. They like, you know, to feel warm. And we started to bring that more and more into our products. Currently, Spark Dogs, we have many different characters. It's been such a big success in over 20 countries that we partnered with Disney, and we're doing the Inventors with Marvel and Disney, and it's doing really well. And then we saw that the power of bringing entertainment and bringing emotions through products. But we thought that that was not enough. You know, we had to be able, like, talking toys are great, but we had to be able to bring this technology in a more surrounding way, on a way that not only we would entertain kids, but also educate, also help them to learn through play. Play is one of the most important things, like it's child's job to play. If parents usually put kids in all these different classes and make sure that they're learning everything so that they will be the best, but in reality, play is more important than all of that, because it's through play that they learn skills, that they learn how to face situations, that they learn how to really become better grown-ups. And this you don't learn in many classes. This you really learn through play. So we developed a bear called Snow.
Snow and Stella, he's a bear, she's a star. Listen to the stories that we share. Snow and Stella, oh how we love to play. We get together each day.
So, it's a funny story. Snow, the story about Snow is a bear that got lost during an avalanche, and he met Stella, who's a fallen star, and they became very best friends. And then today he got lost again. He was supposed to be here. Actually, he's arriving on Uber, but Southwest lost my luggage. But it will be here soon. By the end of the presentation, you'll see. You see, it's entrepreneurs going against all odds. You know, we almost went bankrupt like 3 or 4 times, and it's, you know, when you have a passion, when you see that your product is good, and you're in an economy like Brazil that you really don't have all this kind of support that I saw here today, and I was amazed, you know, to see how Amazon and Edison Nation and all these people, they come and look at your invention and help you and fund your inventions. I had to fund our inventions through credit cards and debt and all of that because we don't have that ecosystem there. Until we were founded by this amazing organization called Endeavor. Endeavor, they look for high-impact entrepreneurs around the world, and then they help us to be able to grow and to accelerate. That's why this year we're entering the US and we're partnering with Amazon and all of that. And because if it wasn't for them, we would really have big problems. But you guys, you're in the perfect spot. You have Edison Nation, you have Amazon, you have so many opportunities to be able to take your dream into reality and not spending all your credit card and your family's money. And so it's good. So Snow, this bear, which you're going to see a little bit in the end, Uber is bringing, so thumbs up for Uber in this case. So this bear became so successful that it just won the Toy of the Year award in France. I never thought we would win anything in France, but we did. It's the Toy of the Year chosen. Thank you so much.
Okay, so let's now read some stories.
Yes, I would love to hear a beautiful story.
There was a cute little bear called Snow.
Yippee!
He lived with his family in the middle of a forest.
I love tickles.
Suddenly, the ground.
So Amazon is launching this beautiful product, and only Amazon will have it this year for Christmas. So make sure to go online and buy. Your kids are gonna love it. It interacts with tablets, smartphones, and very soon, I'm going to leave it to the end, you will see that how this product will impact and how this technology goes. But we didn't stop in there. We also are launching this year with Amazon Dino Mundi. You see, we were always crazy about dinosaurs when we were kids, but you usually play with just like plastic figures, and you have to use a lot of imagination to make them real. And what we did is we partnered with Qualcomm, and we developed a whole series of products. And the idea here is to bring video games. We're tired of seeing kids sitting on a couch and just playing for hours and hours. And we thought, okay, how can we bring video games into toys, right? How can we take kids out of the couch and make them play with physical toys? Because physical toys are so important for the development of motor coordination and many other skills that video games don't give that to you. And so what we did here, we're bringing augmented reality. I don't know if the camera will be able to focus, but this whole play is about bringing dinosaurs to life. Let me see. Oh yeah, we'll be able to see it. Great. So you have all these cards that we have many different dinosaurs that you can choose from. And we also have this big track. And the way that it works is that once you place the cards and you downloaded the app, let me see a cool dinosaur here. Okay, let's see the T-Rex. So, let me see. So when you point at the card, you see real dinosaurs in front of you. I don't know if you can see well from the camera, but you see, you have all these dinosaurs and you can feed them, you can put them into battle. But we don't stop there because we thought, okay, what if it could interact with more things? So we also started interacting with the packaging, because we said, how cool would it be if you can show the TV commercial already from the packaging? It makes consumer decision much easier, and also adds a great value. We learned that kids love to play with the packaging. Packaging is very important. So we also added that anytime that you point, the light is not going to help me here, but if you point at the logo, you'll see a dinosaur coming in. So we made the packaging, which usually people throw away, into also a part of the game. And we expanded that to a whole line of products, like this t-shirt. When you point into the t-shirt, you'll see a dinosaur coming. So we made a whole world of dinosaurs to interact with the products. And it also interacts with the track. So when you point at that dinosaur in the middle, that dinosaur comes alive through augmented reality, and you're able to play with it. It tries to eat the car. So that's also going to be available at Amazon. And the funny thing, when you think about Amazon, you think that, oh, it's such a huge company. It's not accessible. It's not easy. But it's totally the opposite. I was so impressed the first time that I went to Seattle. And it was how embracing they were of our company and how they wanted to work with us that we really started to develop fast and to go into all the compliances. You know, toys are one of the most difficult products because you really need to have testing certificates for each country, and each country has their own testing standards and so on. So we've been working really hard to be able to launch with Amazon worldwide. So we're launching in all the 11 markets that they have, plus selling international. And it was very easy, and we got all the support, and we're having any question that we have, any support that we need, they give us. And we've actually been able to successfully launch in a country that we thought that would be so hard, that the competition is so fierce, but we were able to do so. Even being a small company, having had all the troubles that we had in the past, which for you guys here, again, it's much easier. And so take this opportunity because it's really worth. And today is actually a very important day for us because currently our company's name is Toy Stock. And we thought that Toy Stock, like I said before, it's great, right? Having talking toys is really cool, but we wanted to go much further than that. We wanted to be able to embrace the whole universe around kids so that we can make a much compelling play and a much nicer experience. And I want to show you this video that explains this new vision, and you'll be able to understand what we're doing. And that's us. So here we're officially launching Immersive Play, where we're going to take play into a much further reach. We want to really empower kids and be able to interact, to integrate toys with everything that surrounds kids. We want to be able to teach kids and make kids learn through play, because like I said, play is the most important aspect of kids' life, right? They need to play a lot to be able to learn and understand and develop their talents for the future. And to show a little bit of what immersive play is going to be, and Uber is not yet here with our bear, Ivan is tracking. He will join for a happy hour. Yeah, everyone will be able to see. But we're launching in July a live musical. So it's the first time in the world that a toy actually interacts with a live musical, with a live theater. And kids, I'm sure they're going to be very surprised of how the technology works. And it's the same bear that we're selling here in December. This bear is actually an open platform that interacts, and it's ready to interact with many different things. Since Indiegogo is also a part of this presentation, and we're very happy to announce a new product that we're going to start pre-ordering from Indiegogo. It's a partnership with them. So we made this cauldron that allows you to make real magical potions. So, and you see the results of these magical potions through augmented reality and other technologies. That is just amazing. We've been working on this project for like 3 years to make the technology work. It has, it's our own patent, and we spend a fortune, much more than we should. But the product works really well, and it's really amazing. So you mix all these ingredients, you have wizard battles, you battle your friends, and this really is going to set what we believe immersive play is, which is integrating physical and digital universes. So get ready, and you can find RME on Get RME. We're pre-launching it, and then soon it's going to be on Indiegogo as soon as we hit the amount of email addresses that we need to go into the crowdfunding campaign. We count on you. Please tell your friends, tell everybody, because we really want to change how kids learn. We're really tired of all these toys that doesn't help kids in any ways. It's just like the new movie that came in, you go and you spend a lot of money on a toy that kids will play for 15 minutes and then just throw it away. So we really don't want that to happen. We want to make companion toys, toys that will grow with kids, that would not just be junk. So go to getrme.com. I'm sure you're going to love it. And I thank you all so much for this opportunity. I thank Amazon, I thank Edison Nation, Budweiser, and everybody that is making this happen. And I hope to be here next time. I hope Amazon invites me so that I can show you the products that are coming after RME. We're always working 2-3 years ahead of time. So I hope you liked it. I'm very proud to show you guys and launch today immersive play, and I hope to be a part of all of your kids' life and to help them grow and to help them become better adults. Thank you all so much. And now, any questions? Nope. All right. One over there.
Well, how did you get on to Amazon Launchpad? Were you the first person to be in that program?
I don't know if we were the first, but Jason, okay. Yes, we were the first ones. That's great. Well, actually, it's a great story. Diego Piacentini, which is one of the leaders at Amazon, he donates his time to Endeavor, which is this organization that I was telling about. And it's a beautiful organization because they believe that through entrepreneurship, we can end poverty in development countries. Because by empowering entrepreneurs in these countries, we're able to develop better jobs and give better opportunities to people. And by this way, improving economy and making the countries grow. So they go and they look for companies that can set up the example. So they check, you need to, do everything right, you need to be serious, you need to be an honest company, and you need to dream big. So Endeavor taught us to dream big because, if you go to a company in Brazil and tell them, yeah, go sell to Amazon in the US, people get scared. So they taught us, that we should dream much bigger because by dreaming big, you're able to accomplish anything. And actually today here at Budweiser is a great example. Budweiser was recently bought by 3G Capital, which is owned by a Brazilian entrepreneur that starts from zero, and he was able to make it big here in the US, being one of the shareholders of Budweiser, Kraft, Burger King, and all of that. So it shows us, and he's also he donates his time to Endeavor as well, and money as well. So he's one of the greatest supporters. So this shows how important it is to have you guys, inventors and entrepreneurs, really thinking big, because all the big companies started from very small ideas, from very simple thoughts that really could solve people's problem. So, sorry, I was saying, Diego introduced us to Jason and his team because he was really fascinated. Like, it was funny. When we met in Brazil, he was like, is this selling at Amazon yet? I said, no, I have to fire some people. It was like, so it was great to hear that, how enthusiastic Amazon is to bring innovation, to bring ideas, and bring new products into their platform. Anybody else?
Yeah, over here. Hey, congratulations to both of you guys.
Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, and then I just want to say, how do you guys stay creative in coming up with toys? Do you guys have kids of your own, or do you guys do research and development with other kids and what they want, and how do you guys figure that out?
Well, we do a lot of research. Play pattern for kids, if you look in history, they repeat itself all the time. So, kids who play with dinosaurs, with monsters, superheroes, and so on. And then dolls. So you have all these play patterns. So what we do is we look into these play patterns, and there's also a great thing. We look into what is about to come into the market in terms of entertainment. So if you see that there's a lot of dinosaurs, movies, and themes coming up, you know that kids are going to focus into that. So we look at that. We look at how we can transform those old play patterns, and then we look at technology. What technology is available? And it's also, if you make a toy that is going to cost $1,000 just because you want to use the latest technology, that's not going to work, because you're going to sell to 3-4 people and that's it. So you also need to think, when the technology that you want to use reaches a certain price point, that will make your product suitable for the market. So we take all of that into consideration. We also do a lot of studies with kids, and we bring toys, we let them play, we see how they're playing and how they're engaging with that. So people think that we're all just crazy, having ideas, but there is a science behind. Everything, there is a science, there is a method, and we always think like 2-3 years ahead of time, so that we can make sure to bring products that are good enough, that will satisfy kids. And luckily, we've been able to achieve all of that.
Hey, Marco.
Hey.
Awesome toys, great tech.
Thank you so much.
Real quick question, how long has your journey been? And the bigger question is, how has been your relationship getting into licensing with Disney, and are you looking to expand that licensing?
Sorry, what was the first question I missed?
How long has Talk Toys been around in play?
Okay.
How long is your journey?
All right.
And then the licensing question.
Okay. So we've been already for 12 years doing this, ever since 2003. It was when I moved to China and we started the company and everything. It took us much longer time than if we would be here starting a company, because, like I said, we don't have that ecosystem of funding and all of that. So we had to go step by step, selling product by product. But here we are. And well, in terms of licensing deals, it was really funny, because I forgot to show you our Batman. This Batman, actually, you talk and it talks back. Unfortunately, it's only in Portuguese. Yeah, licensing deals are not easy. So, so we started licensing products in 2010, I believe. We did Ben 10, we did SpongeBob, like we did a lot of different properties. And it's great. It's like a safer business model, but at the same time, licensing can make your can push your product back. Because they have so many different contracts. So they will say you can do this, you cannot do that. So really your product is hard to reach their full potential. And also, there is something which is not true, because like most of the toy companies, they think that licensing is everything. And but if you look at our Batman and our Spark Dogs, we sold 4 times more Spark Dogs than we sold Batman. Even Batman being a much more famous brand. And the reason behind it was that, you know, here we're giving emotion. You can feel emotion from this toy. Here not. It's just another Batman toy that you have because of all these restrictions. So in the end, I really suggest that, you know, if you have a great idea, try to develop your own IP. It's harder, it's tougher, but in the end you have much more freedom, and it gives you the opportunity like what we are doing, which is now we are licensing. So, you know, it's on the long run, it's harder, but in the long run, you're able to also become a licensor and then be able to reach all these different categories that you wouldn't do. But with Spark Dogs Avengers, then it's a completely different story, and it's a great relationship for us because we were able to put our brand and put it together with one of the world's most famous brands. So that, we believe, brings a lot of value to us. So yes, we're focusing on doing more co-licensing like we did with Marvel, but solely licensing, we're a little bit, you know, like we had great experiences, but we want to focus on our IP. Our main strategy is to focus on our own IP, and we want to bring them to TV, and we want to bring them and make also these IPs, like I say, when we bring it to TV, we want to make sure that it will have a great interaction with the toys as well, so that you can watch together and do all of that together.